Hi everyone, it's Daphne. Today I'm going to share with you my finished 8.5 by 8.5 Spring Botanic mini album by Stamperia. So here's the paper, Spring Botanic. I used 3 packs to complete this album. And then I also used a pack of these 49 in Market Vintage Shades Potpourri, which really worked out well. They match so beautifully. You'll see as I walk through the album. But I just wanted to give you a quick glance again at the cover for the paper. And here's the mini album. It's so beautiful. I'm so pleased with it. So I actually did the mini album on a cream cardstock, which is kind of rare for me. I usually work with black, but I think it went so well with this collection. So I want to point out some features on the cover. So right here, you'll see this moth right here, and then some cut-aparts up here. And there's a sheet of cut-aparts, and that's what I used on the cover to feature. This is actually part of the cover print, and then this is popped. And I got this cut-apart actually from the cover. I'll show it to you right here. So I didn't let that flower go to waste. I cut that from the cover, and so that's what you see here. Here's those 49 in Market flowers that I talked about. I'll give you a shot at the dimension. I really like the way they turned out. And so I've got them up here as well. And here's a little cut apart moth that I added and a little word tag. This is one of the long cut aparts, and I've popped it. And then this is one of the cut aparts too. So they often feature oval and round cut aparts in their collection, and I just mounted it on cream cardstock and then fussy cut the oval. All right, so there we go. So let's look at what's inside. Okay, so inside, I have just a nice big panel. I think it's 3 inches. Let me measure it while we're here. It looks a little deeper than that. Yeah, it's a 3-inch pocket, and it just goes the full length of the cover. And then you can see I've added some more of those 49 in Market flowers. And all the flowers that you see are part of that same pack. I was able to use 1 pack and sort of sprinkle them throughout the book. Here's another one where I've placed it. And then I've added one to the top of this tag. This is one of the cut aparts. This is also a cut apart, and it's just a blank photo mat on the back. This is all held together by a magnet. And this is an open-ended tag, so you can put a title to your event here. And this is just a simple waterfall. This last page is actually fixed to the book, so only the top 3 will move. Each one of the pages is a large pocket page, so it has this large photo mat inside, and I covered both sides. And if you watch my tutorials, I'll talk about using 2 packs, and then at the very end, I decided I really did need the 3rd pack, and that was to cover things like the photo mat. And I actually didn't have enough paper to cover both inside covers. So you can make it work with 2, but it's a bit of a challenge. So I would really recommend 3 packs, and you will use almost all of those 3 packs. I think I have 3 sheets left and a couple of partials. Okay, so here's page 2. So I incorporated an envelope, which is something I've not done before. So that was kind of an interesting challenge in the design. So it just opens up, and it's holding this, what is essentially a card in place with 2 large photo mats. And then this whole thing opens up, and I've got a little stash place right here. More of the cut aparts as part of the collection. And then this is just an envelope, and inside of it is more of the cut aparts, and I've made it into a little note card. And then there's a magnet on the top flap of the envelope, and one over here that holds everything together. Over here I've got 2 pockets. I've got a deep pocket and then a shallow pocket, and these are part of the cut aparts. Blank on that side. This one I made long, and I did that because I didn't want it to get lost in the pocket, but you've got some room for journaling down here, and it's just blank on the other side. This is one of the cut aparts. Here's more of those flowers from 49 in Market. And then inside, I've got a little stash location here. This is open-ended as well. And then this is fussy cut actually from the cover of the collection. So we've got a little stash spot here, one here, and then your photo can slip under here too. So lots of room for photos. And then another large photo mat. And these are just under 8 by 8. And they have to be a little bit smaller than 8 by 8, of course, to fit in the pocket. And here's the center, and I'm really happy with the way the centerpiece came out. So the two top flaps are tied down by ribbon, and they open up to reveal a nice size photo mat that you can slightly tuck your photo behind. This one's actually popped. This is just a big, large photo mat space. And this opens up too. And then we've got another cut apart featured here. So I kind of like the way those are opposing each other and the way that turned out. And this bug paper is really interesting. I like it. I like it. Of course, I like anything that has kind of romantic words on it. Okay, these two tie to close, and then they open up and open away from each other. And on each side, there's a pocket, and I've stored more tags on both sides, and these are cut aparts from the collection. And I just like the way that worked out. These strips I actually cut from the back of the paper. So the paper, the covers and the backs are exactly the same weight and texture as the collection. So anything that you can cut off the front and the back, you can use, and it goes right with the collection. There's no sheen to it. It's exactly the same paper texture, and it looks like the same ink. So it's not like a lot of other collections where there's some gloss on the covers. You can actually cut apart and use all this, everything you see here. And in order to get this album completed, I needed to do that. So there are some pieces, and I talk about it in the construction, particularly these strips, where I cut them from and kind of why I'm using them, because I really did need them to cover the whole book. As lovely as the collection is, 10 sheets of paper per pack is really pretty light if you're doing a mini album. Okay, now you're going to start to see some of the design elements repeated. So we've got those, a deep pocket and a shallow pocket, just like on the previous pages. It's all on a flap that opens up. And in the construction process, I had forgotten to add a magnet to hold this closed, and this is where I concealed it. So behind this is a magnet that's holding this in place. So there's always a way to work around it if you need to. Here's another one of the envelopes. This is just a popped cut apart. This opens up. There's a card here for photos. The whole thing opens up again. Got a place to stash photos, tuck photos. And then this is an envelope which will hold lots of your memorabilia, where you can actually put 2 photos inside that pocket. And that is the envelope page. And then there's another large photo mat. So you don't have to, but I just did a consistent pattern on all 4 of the inserts. Just makes it easier from a design perspective. I think it's actually more fun if each one's unique, but it does take a lot more time. And then on the last page, just like the first page, there is a waterfall feature. The last one is stationary. The top 3 move. And this is open-ended, so your photo can tuck here. And then it's meant, my stamen's popping off. So you can put the title of your event or whatever. These flaps, waterfall features are 4 by 6, so you can put an untrimmed photo there. And then I've got more of the cut aparts here. And more of those lovely flowers. So I kind of added them throughout. I really like the way they look. They're really pretty, and the color goes with this collection just perfectly. We do have those in the shop. So again, if you want to make the album and you want to make it as I've designed it here, you're going to need 3 packs of the Spring Botanic by Stamperia and 1 pack of those flowers. And I used most of the flowers. I probably have 5 or 6 of the smallest flowers left. And I'm kind of in a rush to get this out, but I'm thinking that I'm probably going to go back and figure out how to work in a couple more of the small flowers, either on the cards or throughout the pages, because there's no reason not to, right? So anyways, that is the album. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, we'll have some additional inspiration and tutorials out very soon. I know that Christine's very busy working on a couple of things. And just to give you a heads up, so 12 Days of Christmas is coming down the line. Alice from Stamperia is coming down the line, and then she's also got Gentleman, Proper Gentleman coming down the line, which is a Graphic 45 collection. It's a DCE that's been re-released. So she's got lots of stuff coming down the line, and so do I. Coming up from me, you'll see Love Notes from Graphic 45, and following that, I'm going to do something with the new Prima collection. So look forward to getting some content out for you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like it, please don't forget to click the like. If you really like us, take a minute to share this with somebody you know likes to scrapbook. And we really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching, and clicking on our shop and buying from us. It goes a long way to helping us pay to build the content that you see here on this site. So thanks again, everyone. And we'll have some new stuff out for you very, very soon. Bye.